this is Lee from Bald Thoughts, where we teach you how to travel more, spend less, and live better. And so today we're going to talk about something called Boma Biltong. I've never really heard of Biltong, but my friends Kristina and Sean, they started this company, and everything I've heard has been really amazing. Like whenever we travel, we always like bring snacks for ourselves, for the kids, those types of things, because you know, like it can be a long time when you're on a plane and maybe like you don't like the airplane food, or you're on a long drive and you don't want to stop because you're like trying to hurry up and get to wherever you're going.
And the kids always want snacks.
Yes. Yes. At the most inopportune times ever, right? And so we try to bring snacks, and you don't want to bring like cookies and those type of things all the time. You want something a little bit healthier, you know, that's not going to be just filled with sugar and can be bad for you. Because the last thing you need is, especially when you're in a confined space of a car or an airplane, is them bouncing all over the place, right, with all the sugar. And so a lot of times we do like a beef jerky, something like that. It gives us a little bit of flavor. Maybe have like a pepper or like, you know, some other different flavors on there, or something just plain like for the kids, you know, because maybe they're not into all the different flavors. And so, but the problem with like beef jerky is sometimes it's really dry. Not as flavorful as you wanted, and sometimes not as healthy as you like either.
Or extra chewy.
Yeah.
And especially for the kids.
Yeah. Like they're like trying to bite through their, next thing you know, they're afraid you're going to break a tooth or something like that, right? Trying to like bite through those things. And so what's really cool about these is that Boma, and again, I've never really heard about this before Kristina and Sean introduced me to it, is air dried instead of cooked. And so it's a little bit more flavorful from what I understand, and it's less like chewy, like, you know, like you'd have like with the beef jerky, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and so they actually sent me like 3 different flavors. So it's pretty cool. We got garlic and herb, spicy peri-peri, and traditional. And so I figure what we do is we would open them up, try them out, and give you our honest opinion and see whether or not it's something that we're going to order more of, and whether or not you should order some as well. So let's start off with traditional, because, you know, that's kind of where you start.
Classic.
And so you can see inside there, got a good aroma. Mm-hmm. Everything else. So I'm going to grab a piece. You want to grab a piece? And so you can see the texture there. Mm-hmm. And everything else. And again, this is air dried, so it's not cooked, so it's not going to be as like hard and chewy as some of the beef jerky that we're normally used to. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
It's meaty, but it's not hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And I like that it says here that's been like grass-fed and grass-finished beef. So you know they're using quality beef, you know, for making this, and I guess it's been an African staple for like several centuries. You know, our friend Sean, he's actually from Australia, New Zealand area, and so I think it's one of those things that he was used to it, eating it down there, but then when he came to the United States, it wasn't something that was popular. It wasn't something that was really well known. Again, like I said, I've never heard of it before I was introduced to it from them. So this whole serving size here is 4 ounces, and it's basically, you get 4 servings per container, so basically 1 ounce per serving, and it's only 80 calories. So like you're eating something that's totally flavorful, and I mean, this thing is, there's a lot in here, and so you can get a lot to eat for only 1 serving for 80 calories. And so if you're into like paleo or any of those other types of diets where you're kind of watching what you're eating, keto and those types of things, where you don't want like carbs and stuff like that, you can definitely chow down on this and not have to worry about it.
High in protein, low in calories, low in fat.
Yeah.
Now, as a mom, I look for food that is more natural. So one of the things that I like is that there are no nitrates added and no artificial flavors. So that's a big plus.
Mm-hmm. So basically it says when you're storing it, you don't have to put it in the fridge. And once you open it, like we opened it, you have to eat it with basically within 5 days to get the best flavor and everything like that.
I don't think that'll be an issue.
Yeah. So let's see, look here. There's no gluten or soy. 10% of the profits go to charity, which is awesome. It's always good to see, 1, to support local small businesses, but also 2, to have them kind of reinvest some of their proceeds into other communities and other charities within their community, you know? Like you said, no nitrates no nitrates and no nitrates added, no artificial flavors, and it's beef use and no added hormones or anything like that. And no antibiotics either, which is cool. So the ingredients of this one, grass-fed, grass-finished beef, apple cider, vinegar, salt, roasted coriander, and less than 2% of black pepper, organic paprika, rosemary, dry beef powder, and ground red pepper. So it's none of those like weird scientific names that you see on some of the other packagings, you know, red dye number 2 and all these other like random weird things, you know, so it's good to see that it's pretty much all natural. That's cool. So we tried that one. So which one do you want to do next? Garlic herb or spicy peri-peri?
Let's go with garlic herb.
All right, let's check out garlic herb. All right. Oh yeah, you definitely smell the little garlic and the little herbs going on there. So check that out. And again, all the same things here. Same number of calories, 80 calories per serving. 3% total fat. 3 grams of fat. 1 gram of saturated. No trans fats, which is nice to see. Definitely trying to stay away from those type of things. A little bit of cholesterol, sodium, and no carbohydrates. There's no fiber, no sugars, and none of those things. And 16 grams of protein. So if you're really trying to up your protein intake, a couple of helpings of this, and you're really going to hook it up. That's really good. Like I'm pretty picky with food, you know, and I'm always a little hesitant whenever something's new or start adding different flavors and those types of things. And I really like this. I'd like to have some more.
Well, I want to try the spicy.
All right. This woman here loves spicy stuff, you know, and so I know she's been like, this is the one she's been waiting for.
That's right.
So let's get this bad boy open. I'm a little scared of spice sometimes, you know. Sometimes Chipotle is like spicy for me, you know, so.
Well, it can be, depending on what salsa you add.
Yeah, I'm just talking about just the meat with the seasoning. And all right, yeah, you definitely smell a little bit of a kick there. But it doesn't sound like, it's not overpowering or anything like that, you know, so it's good. Again, same type of calories and ingredients and everything else like there. This one has, you know, a little bit of ground red pepper, black pepper, a little ground mustard, onion powder, cumin. So let's see what happens. All right. Wish me luck. Oh yeah. Not too spicy at all. A little bit of the kick.
You start to get a little bit of the kick after chewing a little. But
yeah, it's
not
like
overpowering.
It's not like, oh my God, I need some milk. Nothing like that. We live in Nashville, and like there's a Nashville hot chicken and those type of things. I make it really ruin your night, right? But this is actually good. Like again, like, you got a little bit of fire in your mouth, and I'm sure my son will be going like running around like with a little bit because he exaggerates it, you know. But yeah, it's a good thing. It's got a little bit of the kick, but not so much that it overpowers the flavor, and not so much where like, okay, I've had like one bite and I'm done. Like you can keep chewing it and having a little bit more and a little bit more, and it's gonna be good.
This was perfect.
So if you're interested in getting some of the Boma Snacks, just go to bomasnacks.com and order yourself some of this biltong. I'm gonna continue eating some of this because I'm hungry and this is really good. And we have some like soccer games and baseball games this weekend for our kids. So I'm definitely gonna take some of this with us. That way I have a little snack between games, you know?
Keep them energized.
Well, there may not be any left for the kids by the time we may be eating it all. But yeah, it's definitely something that's like, nice and portable. You got a resealable pouch, you know, there. So in between uses, you can squeeze out the air and keep the air out there, keep it a little bit fresher, a little bit longer. And make sure that, again, when you seal it, it's not getting spilled out throughout the car or any of those type of things. So I'm impressed. Good job, Sean and Kristina. Really appreciate it. Thanks for sending these over. And again, we'll put a link down below. But yeah, go to bomasnacks.com, order yourself some, and you know, can't wait for more flavors. All right, everybody. See you later. Hey.